So if this is kind of, we're talking about, getting funky and functional, I went through and kind of put in what mine would look like in terms of just the baseline of it. But I wanted to show you some formatting things that I think are really valuable that help with the aesthetics. Because right now this just looks like a bunch of boxes. So something that I find is really helpful is for whatever we're learning, I pick kind of a theme for the color, and I'm going to, for our purposes, I'm going to make this blue. I'm going to make the title white so you can see the colors better so it pops. And I'm going to move it to the middle. I'm also a big fan of using Control Shift period to increase the font size one by one. It's a pretty helpful thing. Um, and then below the title, I also, because this is like the instructions part, I tend to give it like a slightly lighter version. And I also always center that, and kind of depending on how I'm feeling, I'll give it some italics. Um, also, I think I need to, there we go. Well, now, like I said before, I think this needs to be white so it pops a little bit better. We want to center that. And as I'm scrolling through over here, I don't like how these are all pushed to one side, so I'm going to center these as well. And I'm a person who's really big on like minimize the space as much as possible, so I'm going to scoot this over, kind of give myself some more room. Um, the red, yellow, green is for kids to tell you how they felt about the material in that content. If you want to add a place where they can write notes and they can tell you, like, here's what confused me or here's what I liked, they can do that there. Now, at the very end, we have the feedback section again, so I'm going to give that the title color. We're going to center it. We're going to make the letters white. And this is where I tell them, what did you like to see more of? But all of a sudden, this went from being a page that was really kind of white and born, kind of dull to look at, and it was also hard to distinguish what everything was. To now, there's a clear flow of what everything is. I've also done it to where I title each station depending on our content. Like this is John Adams' domestic policy. It's in the mini lesson. In the future ready, we're going to be learning about um, Alien and Sedition Act, things like that. So that way they kind of know what the content will be at each station. Like I said, this is all in size 14 font, which I'm always a fan of giving kids like size 12 font because I teach high schoolers and I feel like I have a little bit more freedom to do that than maybe elementary. But anyways, hope that was kind of helpful. Hope that showed you something.